Okay, viewers, welcome to another edition of my production. Almost 4 or 5 days ago, we were showing you a video as we left the country, Kenya, to the DRC to do a series of documentaries, a series of stories. And now it has come a time when we are now coming back. And as usual, we have left in the evening because the checkpoints usually work during the evening. So we left Kalemie town in the DRC around 6:45 p.m. this evening. We have just crossed over into Rwanda and we are passing through various market centers and towns as we drive back, and we will reach a point where we have to call it a day and have to retire for the night before we continue with our journey back to the country, Kenya. It has been a very eventful journey because we have managed to do a series of stories that showcase the business potential within the DRC. And the courtesy of the Equity Bank, we have a documentary that will be running on TV 9:30 p.m. next Wednesday, whereby if you are a business person or you are an aspiring business person, then that is the documentary you have to watch, because the DRC has a lot of business opportunities, openings for Kenyans. And just 2 weeks ago, the Kenyan government, in collaboration with the Equity Group, organized a delegation of business people from Kenya who went to the DRC and stayed there for almost 2 weeks to just explore various areas where they can launch their business ideas and also effect them. And Equity Bank is the one sponsoring that opportunity for Kenyans to trade in the DRC. And also, we want to also extend our gratitude to the Kenyan Embassy in the DRC, headed by our very own Dr. George Sirengo Masafu, who did a wonderful job coordinating what we are doing in the DRC, giving us alerts of various areas to visit and how the safety is. We want just to say a word of thanks to the Ambassador, Honorable George Sirengo Masafu. Maybe my cameraman Dexter, what do you say about Dr. Masafu, what he did?
He has been very helpful to us. Everything that we have done.
Yeah.
He's been like our tour guide in this country.
Okay, maybe you can show viewers as we move. Also, we are having Kenyan trucks headed for the DRC because they are dominating the business environment here. Out of almost we can say 95% of all the trucks that we have encountered are Kenyan registration. So that shows clearly that Kenya is still the business giant in this East African region. Yeah, what can you say about the safety, the security situation in the DRC now, especially after Kenyan peacekeepers were sent to that country?
It's becoming stable.
Mm.
Stable,
Yeah, we were also with the Kenyan Defense Minister, Honorable Eugene Wamalwa, who visited Goma while we were in the DRC, and we say also thank you very much for his personal assistant, Mr. Kizito Temba, who sent us necessary contacts of who to contact while in the DRC and also areas to move to. And also he gave us some leads to do some interviews with various stakeholders. So Kizito Temba, in collaboration with our Defense Minister, Honorable Eugene Wamalwa, that was very good. You met Kenyan delegations there and also met the Kenyan peacekeepers who are spending now almost, they have been in the DRC now for almost 11 years and counting, and they are still doing a very, very good job in stabilizing that country. And when we talked to some residents of that country, Dexter, I remember they had taken issue with some political statements that came from Kenya about them being only known to play ndombolo and music, but no cattle. What exactly was coming out from their lamentations?
Definitely. country, but they cannot strongly defend themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't have license.
yeah, in the country, and we saw them.
Yeah,
We saw them. So anyway, it was a bit of a political slang, but I think Dr. William Ruto apologized to them, saying he didn't mean that. He was only tapping on the idea of the business opportunities that are available in that country. So I think the matter rested at that point, because it was threatening to create a diplomatic fuse between Kenya and the DRC. We are passing through a market center. I don't know the name because I'm not seeing the signpost, but what I've come also to realize that people here do business even at night. That 24-hour economy is being witnessed here in this country. Now that we have left the DRC, we are deep into Rwanda. They also do a lot of business. That one there is just walking around with, I think, sausages that he sells to people along the road. And they are also practicing the same business model like Ugandans, where they burn sweet potatoes and also bananas by the roadside. And they do quite some good job because they give it an accompaniment of chicken and meat, and it's very sweet. I think when you were going, you tasted it once at Mukono
yeah.
before we reach Kampala.
And we made a stop and bought some, which we ate. It was so sweet.
Yeah, it was so sweet. So it's a good opportunity for Kenyans because after they made that tour to the DRC for 2 weeks, they identified several areas whereby they want to invest, maybe in agriculture, in fruit farming, in horticulture, and also others want to deal with export, direct export to the DRC, while others are simply setting up some small businesses like shops, maybe small retail business chains. So the DRC has offered a very, very good opening for Kenyans, and still we have others who have been provided with land. Like there is a Kenyan I found there, Mr. Alan Otieno, who says he has moved from Siaya in Game to go and start farming in the DRC, and the government of DRC has given him 3 acres of land. So they are giving these incentives to Kenyan business people to go there and trade, do business, and just help their country to also grow economically. And that's a very sure way of getting that country into a developed nation, because DRC is also remembered to have a lot of minerals. We have copper at Kasange. We have gold in Lubumbashi, and also gold deposits are found near Goma after the volcanic eruption of that mountain. And the latest volcanic eruption was only in 2021, I think it was last year. Yeah, whereby the mountain it was seen like a sleeping giant. Then all of a sudden it erupted and it caused a lot of displacements. Many people were displaced while others died, refusing to move, and then the volcanic lava had to cover them up. So that's a place whereby mining will continue, because while the volcanic eruption happens, then you find that more minerals are created as a result of that high temperatures. Yeah, so DRC, there is no way the mineral deposits are going to end, because as they go lower, then another volcanic eruption happens, and you find that they continue getting those minerals. So they are replaced, and that's why some historians are claiming there will be more wars in the DRC, because people usually, as Africans, they usually fight over mineral resources. And that's why you find that we have over like 25 small organized rebel groups within the DRC. You find one group, the Mai Mai, have been waging war for years in the Goma region, and also along the border. They are hiding there. And we have other groups, a Democratic Front. We have another one, that was only formed in December last year, and it's a small group but very, very dangerous. So if you want to travel to the DRC as a Kenyan watching this video, you must first of all understand about your safety. Make arrangements with the embassy to tell you which area you are visiting and make safety arrangements, because if at all me and Dexter could not have made those arrangements, maybe now you will be hearing that you are in rebel hands. Because there are some areas where you cannot venture, even if you are having security, but there are some areas that you cannot just venture like that. So it's a safe country as of now because of the presence of peacekeepers, but also it's not just easy for anybody to go anywhere while in the DRC like we are used to do in Kenya. There are some areas that you cannot visit because they are dominated by the rebels, and other areas are safe because we have government troops there, and we have also peacekeepers also there. Yeah, so briefly I've told you about the DRC and what's happening there business-wise, what's happening there as Kenyans continue going there to do various businesses. And I know it will be opening a new front of cooperation between Kenya and the DRC nation. Ahead of me, you can see Kenyan trucks. These are Kenyan trucks headed for the DRC. They like putting on full lights. You see, they carry their behavior from Kenya. Kenyans usually rarely drop their behaviors. They carry their behavior even to foreign lands. And you find that in the University of Kinshasa, I was told that wherever we have a demonstration, you will find that we might be having 5 groups of demonstrators, and each group is being headed by a Kenyan. So Kenyans are known to make very weird history. Even in the DRC where we have been, we have seen a lot of positives and as well as negatives about Kenyans. But the positives outweigh the negatives, so they are doing well. Those are Kenyan trucks. They are in very, very high speed, passing through Rwanda, Butare, Kigali, Gisenyi, then all the way to the border with DRC. They enter there. Then after like 5-6 days, you find them finding their way back to Kenya. But I've never seen anyone any carrying gold, or they usually carry and we don't know.
Carrying it inside those, they call it
Yeah, they might be
containers.
a container. They might be smuggling them inside the country without our knowledge. Yeah, that's another one. I think this one is a bit organized. Wamefuatwa. And you see, another thing I've noticed is that they like traveling in groups. I think for safety. You find that you pass one group, it is comprising of like 6 trucks. Another group is comprising the shortest one is 4 trucks. You find 4 trucks under one convoy. Then you find another group of like 6. The longer one might be 8 to 10 trucks. They move together. You can rarely find one truck moving alone. So that's a very good way of making sure they are secure and they are safe because of the products they are carrying. Yeah, and in a few isolated cases have been reported whereby Kenyan truck drivers have entered into enemy territory, into rebel hands, and then a ransom had to be paid. But all in all, we have been thanking the Kenyan embassy in the DRC for doing enough to protect Kenyans while there. Kenyan truck drivers are very safe, and even Kenyans working there are very safe. So I think we are almost reaching a point where we have to retire for the night and then continue. So Kenyans, I urge you to wait for the documentary that will be running on Tandao TV Kenya next Wednesday. at 9:30 p.m. so that you can see the business potential and unlocking different business opportunities within the DRC. It's a documentary that has been sponsored by the Equity Group and the Kenyan government. So we urge you to wait and watch that documentary if you, at least you want to also venture into business within the DRC, because there are so many available business opportunities. Here we are seeing a convoy of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, you see, this is the longest convoy. Yeah, all there are 12. In fact, 13, 14, 15. Yes, these all are Kenyan tracks. You can see faintly. You can see the registration. KD something, KB something, KG something. All are Kenyan tracks. So that confirms something, that Kenyans in business ideas, they are very much ahead, and also they can do business in other countries in the East African region. And that's why you find that wherever there is an election in Kenya and there is some tension, foreign countries will move in to make sure Kenya is stable. Because if Kenya is not stable, then the rest of the East African region won't be stable. Because you can see business-wise, you can see even in the ICT technology, you find that Kenyans, we have found out there are so many Kenyans heading different corporations in ICT, in the DRC, and also in this country of Rwanda where we are passing. So Kenya is really a business giant in the East African region, and we just urge that our leaders see that to promote peace, so that we cannot have an election, just a single election, to divide Kenyans and leave them in tatters, while the entire East African region and even Central Africa, all of them rely on Kenya to be stable, so that they can also get their products from the port of Mombasa to their countries. Yeah, you can see how many trucks we have seen along this route. There are so many of them. So viewers, I think by that we come to the end of this broadcast. We thought we should give you another one, because you saw us give you our first one when we were entering the DRC. So many were wondering, did these people come back or not? Here we are on our way back, and you should expect stories, documentaries, features. We are beginning with the first one next Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. on Tandao TV Kenya. In fact, we shall still start at 6:30 p.m. We will be having one at 6:30 p.m. and then it's repeat to come same day at 9:30 p.m. So as we wait for that, we'll be preparing more articles about mining in the DRC, about security in the DRC, about the political setup in the DRC, all from the recent trip that we are just completing. So I want to really thank my camera person, my cameraman, Mr. Dexter Omondi Burelo. I myself, I want to give you a message that for us to give you more content, the only thing you can do is simple. It's just one thing. It's to subscribe. You subscribe to this channel, and subscription is free. Let no one hide, tell you that maybe to subscribe you have to pay anything. No, it's free. You subscribe for free, and then you comment on this video, you like, you share, and then that is how you make the channel also to be reliable, to give you constant news breaks and informative news and also entertainment. So I'm urging you, viewer, you are watching this one, subscribe, and even encourage your friend, another friend of your friend to subscribe, so that that's the only way you can support us to continue growing and to give you more content. So we'll be bringing you another video maybe soon, because now we are doing it daily. We give you every day you come here, you find content. We are also informing you about what's happening in the Russia-Ukrainian crisis. Is it going to set the stage for the Third World War, or what is it? Because Mr. Vladimir Putin has put the whole world guessing, all through guessing. And now we will be also adding more content about the Russian-Ukrainian crisis. So keep watching this channel, keep coming in for more content every day, and comment, share, like, follow, but most importantly, subscribe, and encourage your friends to also subscribe. And if we find out that they have subscribed because you initiated it or you encourage them to do it, then we can give you a present. There are some presents that we are carrying here in this car. We'll be giving to some viewers who subscribe and initiate the subscription from others, and even cash awards. As I said, on behalf of Dexter Omondi, my name is Robert Wanyonyi. Until the next video, bye-bye. We continue with the journey.